All right. Season 3, episode 54 of the Third and 10 podcast is now live. What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday to y'all. I'm your host, Nathan Owen, joined by my guy, Brian Germanaro. It's Packers week. It's a new week for the Giants organization. First week without Brian Daboll, who, if you don't know or been living under a rock, was fired on Monday. And this will be the first week for Mike Kafka to see, or for us to see if he can be the head coach, not just for the rest of the year, but also next year. And as I talked about on Tuesday, I have all the confidence in the world, but we'll talk about him in a little bit, as he did have his first press conference with the media yesterday/Wednesday. But Brian, good to see you, my friend. How you doing? How you feeling? What's your, are you ready to?
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Like, first, we got the exciting news that Jameis Winston is going to be starting on Sunday.
Yes.
So thank God we don't have to watch Russell Wilson out there, which is, I think, the first positive sign that Kafka is serious about this. Like,
Yes.
He's not letting, the offseason dictate. He's like, I'm putting the best guy out there.
Yes.
Best guy to put his position to win, and that's Jameis. So I like what I've seen so far. Granted, it's very small, but I've liked it.
Yeah, I really love how in his press conference he just took initiative. Like he first thanked Daboll, which is nice. And after a report that we saw this morning, and for those that don't know, Daboll apparently went off on Mike Kafka during the second Eagles matchup when Theo Johnson dropped the pass, and Brian Daboll threatened Mike Kafka and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take your play calling duties away from you if you don't figure this out." So Daboll's label as a hothead definitely proven once again, and the news came from a anonymous player apparently within the organization.
Which everyone's saying it's a smear campaign. It's like, guys, it's not. If you watch Daboll on the sidelines, you would see when he would do this. Like, there's evidence. This doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, we've seen him be a hothead on the sidelines. Like, it's not pretty at all. By the end of the day, he's gone now. Mike Kafka has definitely brought a more calming demeanor, it seems like, to the organization, making moves off the bat. The media seems to be fond of him. It's, I'm just based off the first press conference, they seem quite fond of him. And honestly, as fans, we should have all the confidence in the world in him. Naming Jameis as a starter, naming Tim Kelly as the new OC, who has OC experience back in this time with Tennessee and Houston. But Mike Kafka will not relinquish play calling duties, which is another great move by him, because you obviously want to keep as much consistency with Jaxson Dart, because Mike Kafka has been that person in Dart's helmet for the whole season. So it's good decision so far by Kafka. We'll see how that pays off on Sunday. But we will not be alone for this episode. We actually have a special guest, second guest of the season. Last time it was Christina. Shout out to her. But this one, we have a good old friend of ours, host a lot of shows. He is a madman, working a lot with the Belly Up Sports Network, whether it's a Sports Stove or the Belly Up Fantasy shows, all those things. He's been amazing, and I'm glad that he's able to join us today. Introducing Vince Stover.
What's up, fellas?
Vince, how you doing, Vince? It's good to see you.
Hey, I just need to say this real quick. You
Yes, sir.
cannot spell Winston without W-I-N.
I love it.
You're damn right.
I love it.
Hey, I hope that's true. I hope that's true on Sunday, man, because the Packers are a really, really tough team coming into MetLife. But I'm excited. Honestly, if Daboll was still the head coach, I probably wouldn't be as excited right now. But, when you have a new face in the organization leading the way, and especially a new face at quarterback as well, just for this week, hopefully, and Jameis Winston, it's definitely brings some excitement to this game for sure. But Vince, how you feeling? What's your confidence level when it comes to your Packers? And just be honest with me. Did you watch the whole Monday night game? Because I did, but did you do as well?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to go to sleep, man. I'm sitting there going, "What's the point?" Right?
I know.
What's the point. It's funny. The Packers, they got a roster, man. It's a good roster. They've done a good job with it. There's weaknesses for sure. Coming into the season, super high expectations and really high hope of another step forward for Jordan Love. I've been a LaFleur fan, and I believe in him as a coach. I don't think we should fire him. But they got to work some things out, and special teams is a big one. And Bisaccia, man, when he came in, we were excited about him coming in and as the special teams coordinator, and it just has not panned out well And I'm a little surprised they didn't make a change. But, I've seen the question has been posed. This is a get right game for Green Bay. You get the Giants, the backup quarterback, a new head coach, all that kind of good stuff. But the other side of that is sometimes that brings a new energy to a team, right? So Kafka's had a ton of interviews to be a head coach in the past. He's obviously highly respected around the league. So, game one, granted, Jameis Winston, I love Jameis. I am a Jameis
How can you
fan.
not? He's the best.
Have been for a long time. But I'm glad it's not Jaxson Dart we're playing on Sunday. Let's just
Yeah, hey, Dart brings a dual threat element to the game that Winston unfortunately does not.
Jameis
Winston,
brings chaos. Is
chaos
in any facet. 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Either way.
Yeah. There's going to be a sense of frustration at one point during the game on Sunday where it's like, really, you made that throw? But there's going to be other instances where it's like, oh my God, it's an amazing throw down the field. Like, way to push the ball, Jameis. So you just got to balance out the positives and the negatives together when it comes to Winston. But yeah, this game's going to be exciting to watch. I'm glad you're here, Vince. Let's just get right into it. Giants-Packers, baby. Packers lead the series against the Giants. 34-28-2. The last time the Giants beat the Packers was actually back in 2023. And Vince, I hate to break it up, but this was the Tommy DeVito game that was played on Monday night.
Yes,
it was Tommy DeVito leading the way to a 24-22 win. I believe the game
that was the peak of DeVito mania, was that game, because it just fell apart after that.
Yeah, pretty much. That was like the last good moment of his time with the Giants, and then he kind of started playing like the undrafted rookie that he was, coming out of Syracuse and Illinois, I think was the other college. Yep. Yeah, that's what it was. Speaking of that game, the player that caught the game-winning touchdown was Isaiah Hodgins, who's back with the Giants, Brian. He got signed off the Steelers practice squad. So now we want to start making moves that are good, per se, or established receivers. Because we let Lil Jordan Humphrey go to the Denver Broncos after having him on the practice squad for a couple weeks now. And the Giants decided now that, we have Mike Kafka as the interim head coach. Now let's start making moves, I guess, Joe Shane. So way to bring Isaiah back, and I'm excited to see him hopefully play a lot on Sunday. We could use him considering our weak receiving room. But I digress. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, that Giants game against the Packers, that wasn't one we were supposed to win. But when you have a fun, exciting guy under center, in DeVito, it made it more satisfying, I guess, and exciting too. And that fun will be the continuing theme for this one, as we just announced, Winston will be QB1 this Sunday because Jaxson Dart, unfortunately, is not clear from concussion protocol. It was announced by Mike Kafka that the former FSU quarterback will take the starting job. And honestly, why not be cautious, right, with Dart? And like Vince mentioned, he's happy that he doesn't have to face Dart this weekend. Otherwise, it would be a little fear. I don't know if fear is the right word to describe you, Vince, if Dart were to play on Sunday. Is it fear? Is it just like what?
I think if you go throughout the history of the NFL, there are quarterbacks that at any moment can do something special. Mm-hmm. And Dart is getting really close to having that feel. He's not quite there yet. So it wouldn't be fear yet from an opponent's perspective, but there's a respect there for Dart and his talent level that I think with Jameis, as good as Jameis can be, everyone knows who Jameis is. Mm-hmm. And Dart, there's still a little bit of the unknown with him. So when you're coming into it, rookie quarterback, good defense, you think, well, okay, against a rookie quarterback, that's probably a better off. But everyone knows who Jameis Winston is versus we're still figuring out who Jaxson Dart is.
Yeah, I mean, Winston doesn't. I mean, he's a guy that is willing to push the ball down the field. That has been made clear on multiple occasions in the past. He'll throw for 300, 400 yards like it's nothing. But he is prone to making turnover, throwing interceptions. He's a
gunslinger in like the purest sense of the word. Like when you think of a gunslinger quarterback, it's Jameis Winston.
Yeah, and there's so many jokes that we've already discussed on this show where it's like, he's gonna throw a good amount of touchdowns, but also throw like 2 or 3 boneheaded interceptions. And, an example is that game against the Denver Broncos last year, I believe, where he had 4 touchdowns on prime time, but also had 3 interceptions. It's just a whole, I think 2 of those interceptions were like pick sixes too. So it was a whole mess. And Denver won.
he's a Jay Cutler-esque quarterback. There's a lot of good that comes if he's your quarterback. You're generally happy with him. But if you're the opposing team, you're going to get an opportunity. Like, just catch the ball if you're on defense, because you're going to get one or two chances at it. Make sure you make the most of it.
Yeah.
And anytime we played the Bears when Cutler was quarterback, no matter what was going on, we knew if there wasn't an interception yet, it was coming. So just wait it out. It'll get there. But super talented, fun attitude, all that kind of stuff, fun in the locker room, and really fun to watch on the field. Like, I'm surprised Winston doesn't get more love in the NFL community than he does. Like, I thought he should have stayed in New Orleans this year and been the starting quarterback this year, but they wanted something different, and he ends up going to get to play, and seems like he's having a good time in New York.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there were trade rumors about Winston. I kept shutting down. Like, they're not moving him. They love what he's bringing to this team right now. They love the personality, the leadership he has. Like, you saw it on Sunday when Russ went in. He and Winston were on the sidelines talking to each other. Like, that's just something that you need in a locker room.
Yeah. And it was clear that the Giants believed in Winston from the start. I mean, they signed to that 2-year deal, they were like, hey, we're going to be the backup this year, but also next year you're going to still be with us. Whereas with Russell Wilson, it was only a 1-year deal. So Winston will be back with us next year, barring any trades or anything like that. But it's going to be good for Jaxson Dart as well to have that consistent, veteran guy in his ear, and Winston to help him out and teach him the ropes and all those things as he continues to develop here in the NFL. But let's be honest, we're not surprised that Winston jumped over Russ in the depth chart. I mean, this should have been done a long time ago. You could argue to the point where it's like
week 3. It should happen week 3.
Honestly, it's to where like there should have been a QB competition from the start. Like, it should have been like, oh, Russ will be the starter. Like, I think the announcement was made during training camp.
It was camp, yeah.
It was camp,
Which,
yeah.
Russ is coming off a year in Pittsburgh. I wasn't surprised. We all thought he had something left in the tank. No one thought this, like, he was trending downwards, yes, but I didn't think we expected the fall off to be so fast with him.
Yeah, and if we remember correctly, Winston was the first quarterback that was signed between Russ and himself. So, if anything, you should have given Winston at least a chance to get the starting job. But unfortunately, that was not the case. And then, of course, we saw what happened with the Giants as they started 0-3, including that debacle against Dallas where Wilson did look like his old self, and then he looked like crap against the Chiefs. But we won't talk about that much further.
Well, he's playing a cupcake defense, so I don't count it.
Yeah, true.
He's playing Dallas. Come on.
That is true. But we talked about it already. Our confidence in Jameis, I think it's pretty high between amongst us, Brian. I would ask Vince his confidence in Jameis, but I'm sure he's hoping that he sticks up the joint on Sunday. So we won't dive into that.
He wants the 5 interception Jameis.
Yes, there you go. That's I figure as well. But we talked about a little bit on Tuesday as well. But for those who missed it, Mike Kafka will take over for the rest of the year as head coach. He made the Jameis announcement. He announced Tim Kelly as the OC. He will still have play calling duties though. Was thankful for Daboll. It was nice to see Kafka also out there on the practice field throwing passes to the wideouts.
Yes,
that was interesting to see. Not sure if that has occurred in the past. But
I'm sure it has, and we just haven't really noticed it. But now that he's the head coach, it's everything he does is under a microscope.
Yeah, and honestly, I have all the confidence in the world that he'll give himself a nice shot to have that interim tag taken off of him. Because I don't know what it is. Like, he's always just been this common presence with the Giants. He's worked with star players before, i.e. Patrick Mahomes during his time with the Chiefs because he was the QB coach there. He was a former NFL backup, for the Philadelphia Eagles, more notably. I don't know. I have a good feeling about this guy. Usually, at first when Daboll was fired, I was like, oh, here we go. We got to go look at other coaches out there or possibly hire a different coordinator. Jesse Minter is always a name that pops up on social media, or Bill Belichick, who.
No.
I know. Whoever wants Bill Belichick is wild, but honestly, I think the answer could be in-house with Kafka. Vince, I know you're not the most into Giants news, but obviously you know about the Daboll firing and stuff and whatnot. Is there a particular name in mind that you can think of that you could see the Giants possibly chasing at head coach?
No, as far as a realistic name, no. I think but I mean, Belichick's the name that you go, okay, big splash hire, whatever. And I just can't see Belichick staying in college for very long at all. Although it's started to get better more recently than it looked early in the season. Kafka's interesting because you have, again, he's been a part of the cycle. He's been a part of the interview cycles these last couple of years at head coach, which is what I always look at. Okay, who is constantly getting interviewed and who are they? We've seen it. Ben Johnson, for instance, that's in Chicago now. He got interviewed a few times and just the right job wasn't there for him. He passed on it. And then he ends up taking the Chicago job this year. I think that Kafka is a guy that he's seen enough. He's been around some really good coaches. Andy Reid is the best coach currently in the NFL, and I think he's a top 3 all-time coach personally. And so you put him under him, sitting under him, learning from him. Daboll is an offensive mind, so I'm sure there were things that he was able to pick up and learn from his time under him also. To me, there's potential for him to be the guy just because he knows the players. Most importantly, he knows the quarterback, and it seems like they get along pretty well. And that's pretty important at this point. There's not a guy, in my opinion, out there right now that's the obvious pick for anybody. So that's sitting out, just waiting for that next opportunity. Gruden's name's always going to come up in the conversation just because it's fun to talk about.
Of course.
But I think, honestly, that Kafka might be the guy that makes the most sense for New York.
That's what I'm saying. And look, I get it. I remember, I think it was like last week, Brian, we were like, oh, clean house, everyone clean house, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if Kafka can somehow, especially with the rest of the schedule looking as formidable as it is, maybe lead the team to a 5-2, 4-3 record, and the offense looks good and whatnot. Because the defense isn't going to change overnight. I know Mike Kafka has talked with Shane Bowen.
As long as Bowen's there, the defense is not changing.
Yeah, it's not. But if the offense continues this groove, we could see Kafka staying beyond this year. And I really hope that's the case because there's a reason why, like we mentioned before, and Vince just mentioned just now, right? That there's a reason why he's been getting head coaching interviews, right? And we get to see why that is the case. And he has all the support in Joe Shane, who's still the GM, and as we all know, he is going to be the GM more than likely past this year, which is a bit frustrating. But we've talked about this before. Yeah. But anyways,
I think the most interesting about Kafka is he keeps getting all these head coaching jobs, interviews. He hasn't been running his offense. He's been running a Brian Daboll offense. So,
that's right.
They're not interviewing him because of his offensive prowess, because he has this really creative stuff. It's something different. So, I'm excited to see what that difference is on Sunday.
Yeah, and it's more than likely not a lot of crazy changes will be made in terms of the playbook itself. But maybe if he is here next year, maybe we'll see that little tweak in that playbook. Maybe
next year, I think if he is the head coach, he's going to bring his playbook in next year.
Oh yeah, and bring an OC that well, I'm not sure if Tim Kelly will be here as the OC next year. Maybe he is. We'll see. But yeah, like you mentioned, he will bring his own wrinkle if he is going to be here beyond 2025. But alrighty, look. Injury report. There is some good, sort of good news with the Giants. My cousin will be kicking once again on Sunday. Young Wei Koo. Unless there's no, because I was thinking about the other guy that we signed off the practice.
Oh, the pick kicker. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Sauls, young kicker. Good to see him. Good to have a young face in there, but he's not taking my cousin's job away. I'll tell you that much. So thank goodness there. But Graham Gano is officially heading to the IR.
Shocking.
I know, right? He had a groin injury 3 games into the year, went to the IR, came back, and now is injured again. It was originally neck soreness, but now it's a herniated disc. So I wish him nothing but the best, and thank you for his time as a Giant, because after the season is over, sayonara. Don't want to see him anymore. Don't know why we resigned him in the first place about a year or 2 ago, but good job, Joe Shane. You're fantastic. Jaxson Dart in concussion protocol as well. He's going to be out and was not spotted at practice today. So it's more than there's a 99.9% chance he is out on Sunday. Evan Neal did not practice with a hamstring. Nunes Roches with a toe, Thibodeau shoulder, and Nubin did not practice as well. Darius Slayton with a hammy, Bobby Okereke with a shoulder, and Chauncey Golston with a neck injury were on the side with the trainers. However, I think everyone else is good to go. We saw a Daboll actually back at practice. He was limited though, so not sure if he'll officially play on Sunday, but it's good to see him back. It'll be good to have the Giants. It'll be good for the Giants to have their CB1 on the field, even though he hasn't really played as a shutdown corner. He's still a solid option. It's way better than Deontay Banks or that bum Corey Black, who I don't understand why he's out there.
No one else.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then John Michael Schmitz was also limited as well. So hopefully we'll see him play on Sunday. If not, I have the confidence in Austin Schlottman, who's done an incredible job this year. Not incredible, but he's done a very solid job per se for New York. But let's go to the Packers side, Vince. Is there any injuries we should be aware of? I heard Christian Watson was limited to he was placed on the injury report today. He is feeling a little sore, but otherwise I think he'll be good to go for Sunday. But are there any other notable injuries that you are concerned about for your pack?
Well, the big one happened at the game with the starting center being taken out with a fractured foot. So he's done. Oof. Elton Jenkins, best offensive lineman we have in what hasn't been a great offensive line to begin with. That's a pretty big loss. Sean Ryan will take over as the starting center. He's been around, he's played guard, started at guard actually a good bit last year too. So that's the scariest thing, especially when you're coming against this Giants team that has the talent to get to the quarterback. And thankfully the DC hasn't been great in New York this year, but still they've got the talent that's there, right? So at any moment it can happen. And again, this is that week where new coach, new energy in the building, all of a sudden everybody plays right this week and it can look like a totally different team as well. So that's the big thing. Zach Tom, the starting right tackle, he's been injured all season. They're hoping and planning on him playing this week, but he's got a back issue and you're taking out there at tackle in the back. It's not a good thing. Nate Hobbs, the cornerback, supposed to be back this week. He's missed the last couple weeks. That'll be helpful, of course. And then Lucas Van Ness, another edge rusher that has missed the last couple of games. He's supposed to be back too. So overall, should be a pretty healthy team. As of late, the offensive line is the biggest question.
For sure. So you're telling me Dexter Lawrence could bounce back in this one? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah.
No. Trust me. Vince, we've been saying that for weeks now. It hasn't happened when it comes to that guy. You know what I'm saying? So,
I just want Carr to get a sack. All right, the poor guy's got 4 sacks this year, all take away by penalties. Can he get the Jordan Love on Sunday?
Just one. Vince, just let us have one sack for Abdul Carter. And
the Packers owe you guys a sack from the Strahan Favre days. So I'll reach out to Jordan. My dad's an owner of the team, so I'll reach out to Jordan and say, hey, you need to take a fall for Carter this week. Let him get a sack this week.
You're not an owner yet? You haven't bought stock in the Packers yet?
I have not. Now I'm just going to let my dad pass it down to me when that time comes. So.
Smart.
Fair enough. It is nice though to have an NFL team that is literally owned by the fans. Like it kind of makes it special. And whenever that day comes, Vince, I'm excited for you. Yeah. And just make sure to share with the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let us see
those dividends they make every year. Yeah.
We're going to go up. So they get 4 tickets to the owners meeting. My dad and myself and my 2 boys were going to go up this summer for the owners meeting. My dad ended up having a health situation last minute, so we weren't able to go. So hopefully next summer we're going to get up there for the owners meeting, get to experience that, get some videos and pictures and stuff like that to show it off to everybody. It really is a neat community that Green Bay has. And, if you get up to Lambeau and just the game day feel up there is so special. Yeah. And, you're just parking in people's front yards, literally.
That's awesome.
It's so cool, man. Green Bay's a really, really neat. If you're an NFL fan, it's one of those trips you just got to make just to go experience it.
Oh yeah, that's definitely on my bucket list. Now, when you say like owners meeting, like is it kind of like a fan fest sort of thing?
No, so it's like legit votes and everything.
Really?
So
that's cool.
They give all the little financial information, and you just sit in the stands and they talk for about 45 minutes, and then if there's any votes that have to take place, you cast your ballot, and like it's and they make a big deal out of it. You can go and tour the Packer Hall of Fame and tour the stadium and different things like that too. This year they transferred power, over to Ed Policy. So that was kind of a big deal. That's why we were hoping to get there. But Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really all just for looks, but they make it feel like it's more than that.
Yeah. Now, would you voted for or against policy? That's
100%
for. All right. All
Yeah.
right. That's all we need.
Fair enough. All I ask, Vince, is if you do go next year, please get me an autograph from whoever the Giants head coach is. That's all I ask for.
Okay.
And then just send it over to California. And that'll be a dream. But and also if you get to vote against the tush push, vote against. We don't know what I'm saying. I know, Jared, you might be pissed off, but Jared, you know why we're banning. We don't like it now. Okay, we've seen too many false starts, so
yes.
We all seen it.
Yeah, I mean Vince on
Monday.
He got called for it, which makes no sense.
I know.
I think the NFL does this on purpose. And I'm not, well, I am a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but you get this deal where the whole thing made a big deal about it in the owners' meetings. And then they bring Kelsey in. He makes this big speech. No, it's fine. Everything's fine. All right. So we're keeping it. Then like all of a sudden this season, all the cameras are right where they need to be. Every commentator's pointing it out. It's all over. It's like the NFL had to say, we have to make sure we show people why we should not have this play anymore, because we really don't have a good reason other than it's just annoying as all get out. So let's make sure we have a good reason to cancel it next season. And I feel like that's kind of what the NFL did this year.
I 100% agree with that, because they needed to change the public's perception of why they're banning it. Because they're like, I think everyone's like, oh, they're just banning it because like they don't want the Eagles to win. But now it's like, oh no, they're banning it because they can't officiate it right, which they can't. But
you pull up every tush push the Eagles have ran, 90% of them, I guarantee, will have at least one, or you will see the false start occur. And not be called. So, well, we'll see. I think they're voting again about it this offseason. So hopefully,
it's going to be whenever the owners or the meeting is. It's gone. I don't see it lasting much longer.
And then the Eagles will be like, or the Eagles fans will be like, oh, don't worry, we'll figure out other ways to get 1 yard. I'll be like, all right, bet, let's see it.
Let's see it.
Well, the Patriots figured it out. They're putting their defensive tackle at fullback. It just
be a ball. Yes, that clip was great. Hey, Henderson, if I'm the running back, or if I was Henderson right there, I'd be thanking my lucky stars for that guy, because he tripped over 5 guys at that lineman
at least
on that HP toss. Yeah. Speaking of Henderson, the Patriots do play tonight against the Jets, so that's gonna be
what a horrible game this is.
Hey, the Patriots don't look. I think they're both wearing their.
I know the Patriots are wearing. I don't know if the Jets are gonna wear them.
Oh, okay. I think only the home team wears them. Yeah, that one looks nice. The Patriots one does look nice. The rivalry uniform, to be exact. But anyways, back to the game itself. We'll go around the horn, give our keys to the game, whether it's for the Giants, for the Packers, and all that stuff. We'll start with Vince. Vince, we'll start with your pack. What is a key to the game? What's one thing that you're looking forward to watching in this game? Whatever avenue you want to go towards.
Well, the offense has to figure it out, and the best way they can do that is if they run the ball effectively. Josh Jacobs has averaged 3.8 yards per carry this season. Like that just can't be. Now he's looked a lot better as of late. He scored 11 touchdowns through 9 games, so that's good. But 3.8 is not going to do the trick. And the Packers, they're the best off the play action. And the more effective Josh Jacobs is, the more effective the offense is as well. And so that's really the key, is getting him rolling. He needs to be averaging, 4.5 to 5 yards a carry and have, because they're splitting time and carries with Emmanuel Wilson. Like, seriously, who? Emmanuel Wilson? Like, I know who he is because I'm a Packer fan, but he's not Josh Jacobs. And we need to have a 80-20 split maybe, and let Jacobs really take off this week.
Yeah, I also know Emmanuel Wilson because he sold my parlay on Monday night. So thank you, sir. Yeah, I was very dumb. I picked him to get more than 5.5 carries, and I think he only ended it with like 2 or 3. Yeah. So way to go, Nate. Way to believe the articles out there that said, "Oh, trust me, Emmanuel Wilson will get more than 5 carries." But I digress. But no, Vince, you're 100% right, and I have to unfortunately agree with you there, because this game has all the signs of being a get-right game, especially after the past couple of games for the Packers, where you only score 20 points total, I believe. Yeah. And talk about running the ball against this Giants defense. Trust me, you're gonna have a lot of success on Sunday. Oh boy! Because fun fact, the Giants have surrendered no fewer to be exact, than 142 yards on the ground per game. or in a game with an average of 187 allowed per game during this 4-game stretch or these past 4 games.
And Dexter Lawrence has been healthy. You would think with Dexter Lawrence, like, you would get some sort of run defense. I'm not saying a great run defense, but not like 32.
I know it's yeah. I'm trying to tell you, teams. If there's any, if a team struggles the week before they play the Giants, they should have all the confidence. Like, hey, we may have lost this game, but hey, we got the Giants next week, so we should be able to get back on track. And this is a great opportunity for the Packers to do so, because the Giants defense, there were no changes made. We talked about how Mike Kafka did talk with Bowen privately about different or making some changes to the scheme and whatnot, but I'm not sure if it'll make it. Well, it might make a difference, but it most likely would not against this Packers team. Wait, quick question, Vince. Toyotathon, it hasn't started yet, right? Because we all know that Jordan Love kind of turns it around after Toyotathon. It's just so.
Yeah, it's coming up soon, so that's a good sign. Good sign for the Packers, but yeah,
Okay.
not here just yet.
So thank God it hasn't started quite yet. Otherwise, we'd get torched through the air. But Jordan Love,
I think it's next week, if we're being honest.
yes. So we need to avoid that.
It's
Perfect.
always like the 20th of November. It starts like right around like the
Black
week of
Friday-ish times.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank you, NFL schedule makers, for not having us play the Pack next week and just getting us through this, or having a schedule for this week. But Jordan Love not having a bad season at all. 100, throwing for over 2,200 yards so far this year, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, only sacked 14 times. So the Packers line doing a pretty good job protecting Love. So yeah, no complaints there, I assume, from you, Vince, in regards to Love.
I was telling Brian on Tuesday's fantasy football show that I'm going to have to lament a little bit, because it's been a rough 3 decades for Packer fans. I mean, we've had to put up with Brett Favre for 15, 16 years. Then we had to put up with Aaron Rodgers. Now we've got Jordan Love. We're really jealous of Cleveland. The chance that they have to go through so many quarterbacks. We've only had to watch 3 over pretty much most of my life. And it's been rough for us. So please make sure you send your T's and P's out to us, because it's been a rough go at quarterback for Green Bay.
Yeah, actually, I've listed the quarterback the Browns have put out there. It's a long list. It's a long letter, Vince, I tell you.
Yeah.
The last one being Dylan Gabriel, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Shadur Sanders by the end of the year.
Yeah, they're saying Deshaun Watson first before going back to Deshaun Watson. Before Shadur
if Deshaun Watson starts before Shadur Sanders, this place will go crazy.
Kevin Stefanski might be your offensive coordinator next year.
Love it.
Ooh, hey, not bad. Maybe it might be Matt LaFleur. No. Yeah. Sorry, going too far. I'm sorry. I'm just reading what people say on social media.
Yeah.
But I think for all Packers fans out there who say that Matt LaFleur should be fired and that Jeff Halley should be the head coach, you gotta calm down. Y'all should be thankful. Y'all 5-3-1. Yeah. I wish we were 5-3-1, but no, we're 2-8. In the cellar once again.
I killed for 500, let alone 5-3-1.
Shoot, we could have been 500 if a defense could stop a lick, but you know what? It's okay when we have that terrorist. Hey, when we have that terrorist at DC. I guess true.
Get a top 3 pick, trade back for a QB needy team, and just rebuild.
Jordan Tyson, you are the next giant.
There you go.
Or Caleb Downs, you are the next giant, because Tyler Nubin, you can F off. Sorry, I don't really like him. Anyways, good start there, Vince. Brian, we'll go to you, my friend. What's one thing you're looking forward to watching from the Giants this weekend?
I'm really waiting to see which wide receiver steps up, because this is Jameis Winston we're talking about, who's got a very different skill set than, Jaxson Dart and Russell Wilson. Like, his skill set fits a guy like Jalen Hyatt, who for weeks we've been, wanting to see out there. He's kind of been a waste of a roster space. Maybe now that Kafka's out there and you have Winston who can push the ball downfield, which is the one thing Hyatt does well, is getting downfield fast. Maybe this is finally that breakout game we've been waiting for, and see that flash of why they drafted him in the 3rd round in the first place. But I just want to see which wide receiver Winston goes to as his go-to primary target, because there's a lot of options for him right now, and none of them are really that great.
Yeah, it's less than inspiring, to say the least. I mean, we saw with Dart, his favorite target was Wan'Dale, and you called it from the start, right? How when Neighbors went down, I was like, who was going to step up and be that number 1 guy? I thought it was Slayton. I was very, very wrong about that. But you said it was Wan'Dale, and he has done nothing but impress, or and press as best he can, I should say.
He's turned himself into a very solid slot receiver. He's going to get paid this offseason, whether that be the Giants or another team.
Yeah. And look, there's a bunch of Wandells you could go out there and get that can do the same thing he's doing, but we'll see how much he commands in the offseason. But Wandale has also shown he can be a deep threat, i.e. that Dallas game where Wilson was finding him down the field. But these past few weeks with Jaxson Dart, he's been more of the underneath, short, intermediate type of guy. So we'll see how the Giants use Wandale with Winston in against the Pack. Slayton had a solid game last week. Maybe he does it again this week. Who knows?
He did look like he could catch a football last week, which was
that is true.
Improvement.
He remembered how to do so. And then Isaiah Hodgins, as we mentioned earlier, back with New York after we signed him off the, I think, Steelers practice squad to be exact. So it's good to see a familiar face back in the organization. Obviously knows the system. So we'll see how much of a role he'll play. He definitely will be ahead of Ray McLeod, who I still don't understand why we signed him. And he'll obviously be ahead of Gunnar O. And I assume also Jalen Hyatt, unless Kafka's like, hey, Hyatt, let's go out there and run some routes. We'll see what happens. But you know what? Honestly, to add on to your point, or to keep going in terms of the keys to the game, honestly, this Packers defense is very, very stingy. I mean, they've only allowed 287.2 yards per game, 195 through the air. Like, it's going to look, I know Winston is going to be willing to throw the ball down the field, but it's going to be tough because, look, what's it called? When Jared mentioned how, like, he talked about the Packers defense on Monday night, and he was like, oh, they've played, weak teams, and that's why they're a top unit. But I'm like, they're getting it done. Like, sure, like the names in the secondary or names outside of Micah Parsons aren't that well known, but like these guys are getting the job done. Like, sure, Nate Hobbs is a guy that came from the Raiders and whatnot, and I may be a little biased because he has the same name as me, but I digress. But like, he's been a solid corner, and I know, Vince, you can attest to that. He's been solid.
Yeah.
And they have Xavier McKinney out there as well, who us Giants fans all miss. Of course, we wish we could have resigned him, but it's fine. We have Javon Holland, I guess, and Tyler Nubin and whatever. You look, hey, it's going to be tough to throw against him, especially with the pass rush that Winston will be dealing with as well. I have all the offensive line for the Giants is, I think, 11th best according to Pro Football Focus, which is great. And we say it every week, Brian. All we ask for is average offensive line play, and this team has given us above average offensive line play. So we will take it. It's been tough over here, Vince. I tell you, we've dealt with.
Yeah, you think your offensive line is bad now? When we've watched little turnstiles out there for the past few years.
Have you ever had a lineman who came off the couch and played? I don't think so, Vince, but we have. Justin Pugh on Sunday Night Football against the Bills a couple years ago. But I digress.
He played well that game though. Like, he came off the couch for he was our left tackle at one point that year. Like, that should tell you all you need to know about the Giants' offensive line.
He was good, man. I tell you, he was good. Unfortunately, we lost that game, and I don't want to think about it because that was awful. Pass interference, right?
Pass interference, big time.
You're damn right. I guess I want to know, Vince, to help support my point here in terms of how it's going to be tough to throw against this Packers defense. Like, what makes this defense so solid, though? Like, is it just the scheme? Is it the DC? Like, what exactly is it that makes it so hard to throw against this team or run against them too?
Yeah, when Hafley came over from Boston College, he brought in they transitioned back to the 4-3 from the 3-4. And then obviously this offseason, they go out and they get Micah Parsons right before the season starts. And that's always going to help you. And what that really did, though, is it takes all that attention onto Micah Parsons, which lets Rashawn Gary be what he is at his best. And so Rashawn Gary from the other side, he's got 7.5 sacks. Parsons has 6.5, and they're getting to him from the edge. There's always pressure on the quarterback. They're not always getting the sack, but they're always getting pressure on the quarterback. Then you go to the backfield. Xavier McKinney's the key to it all. You talked about him. He's the key to it all. He's so solid back there. But they got the no-name guys that are stepping up. Keyshawn Nixon, who has Jair Alexander-type drama, but he's got 12 passes deflected this year. And so you throw his way, he's not going to get the pick probably, but he's going to knock the ball down. Then they're just trying to survive on the other side of the field, with Hobbs. He's been injured, beat up. They've got Carrington Valentine. So you go, who? Yeah, exactly. So that's a problem. But the safeties have been great. The linebackers, they got really young, good linebackers. Quay Walker, Edrin Cooper came in from A&M last year. Really, really good. And the young safeties, Evan Williams and Javon Bullard, are stepped in. and play. They basically play three safeties. They got McKinney and Williams are their main safeties. Javon Bullard will come in and play. A lot of times he'll play that kind of that nickel corner spot there as well. So, and he's from Georgia, second year. So, I mean, they've got young guys, but they're playing really, really good football. But they have the right pieces in place with McKinney in the back. You've got Parsons and Gary up front. And then Devontae Wyatt, they traded away Kenny Walker to Dallas, and Devontae Wyatt stepped up and played his best football yet, third or fourth year out of Georgia. So he's doing his job in the middle. Hafley's done great. It's a great hire. He was, head coach at Boston College, comes in as DC in Green Bay. It's the best staff hire that LaFleur's ever made. He's really turned this defense around.
So are you praying that Hatley stays beyond this year, hopefully?
Definitely. I don't know what his options are. At BC, he was a decent coach, head coach, whatever, but he's known for his defensive mind. And I just don't see at this point going back to college. You're getting paid well. You don't have to recruit.
Less stress.
Yeah. You'll get some interviews at some point for head coaching jobs, things like that. I think he'll be around. Again, if they fire LaFleur, then maybe he won't be around. But we'll see how all that shakes down.
Yeah, more than likely LaFleur won't get let go, so you don't have to worry about that too much.
Yeah, I think it's going to take like a collapse here for LaFleur to go.
Yeah, people tend to overreact a lot when it's like, 5-3-1. Yeah, let's fire LaFleur. Like, come on, guys. Like, be thankful. You're in the playoff picture. You have a winning record. Like, enjoy it. Yes. There's other teams dying to have 500 record or a 500 record.
But you have to understand the expectations a little different in a winning culture.
True.
And the losses came to Cleveland and Carolina, and the Carolina loss was at home, so you can't lose at home. The Eagles lost. Listen, they were right there the whole game.
Yeah,
they were just pieces away from that one. The Dallas tie doesn't make sense either. Like,
no, oh my god, that gave me no sense.
Yeah, but so the losses are bad, but I agree that LaFleur shouldn't be fired. He does need to make some changes, but I think overall I like him a lot, and I'd like to see him bring his brother in. I know he was with the Jets, and that didn't go well, but he's worked with McVay for so long, and I'd like to see, or Shanahan maybe, no, McVay, and anyways, I'd like to see him bring his brother in, let him be the OC, and kind of work with him, somebody that he obviously gets along with and can work with, maybe listen to a little better maybe than he does with some of his other staff members.
We'll see. Mike LaFleur. Hey, it'll be cool to see a brother and brother. Yeah,
I don't think we hadn't had that together since Robin Rex from the Bills, right?
I believe
that's the last one I can think of.
Isn't Rex Ryan another coach that we're considering?
I mean, probably not seriously.
From like, it's the same reason like I'm excited for Jameis. I don't know, we're not going to win, but it's going to be entertaining. Like, if we bring in a Rex Ryan, we're not winning, but man, we're going to be a fun team.
Yeah, same thing with Gruden, I tell you.
We could actually win with. I don't know. Like, there's a shot we could. Rex, I know we're not winning with.
Yeah, that resume though, for when it comes to Gruden, man, it's similar to Ryan's in that there's not much.
I mean, Gruden has a Super Bowl.
True.
That's what makes it a little different.
It makes it a little better to be exact. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, look, at the end of the day, we just saw this Packers defense allow only 180 something yards to Jalen Hurts through the air. So you would think, right, for the Giants, like maybe we can get the run game going, right? Saquon Barkley ran for 80 yards, I think, on Monday, right? Yeah. No, this Packers defense is also leading the run game too, allowing just 91 yards on the ground. And we have Tyrone Tracy, who ran for 71 yards.
The problem is they're running Tracy like Scatterville, which they can't do. Like, I saw 4 times on Sunday where Tracy put his head down and ran right into the offensive line. It's like, okay, that style works for Scatterville because he's a bulldozer. Tracy's that elusive back. He's not going to be able to break through that line. He's gonna hit someone and fall down.
Run him to the outside because he's fast.
That's how you use Tyrone Tracy. Screen passes, outside runs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I miss you, Scatterboo. It's okay.
He seems a little busy with tacos.
You know what? That is a great point. Let's bring that up real quick because Scatterboo mentioned on his live stream. I love when he streams. It's funny as heck. So I guess I'm not sure if you saw Vince, but Scatterboo was asking his audience, when you eat a taco, do you let the taco dictate how you eat it, or do you
Dictate how you eat the taco.
Yeah. So I guess because what did he say, Brian? He was
he's like, do you eat the taco like this, like you turn your head and bite into like this, or do you eat the taco like this and eat like this? Which, by the way, no sane person eats a taco like this.
No.
But you
Scadaboo's
could
not sane, though. We know that.
That's also a very
true.
fair point.
The CT might be kicking him just a little bit,
I tweeted out, I'm like, I love Scadaboo, but his brain might be broken.
Brian mentioned this about a few weeks ago. There's a video of Vince that circulated out there during Scadaboo's time at Arizona State, where he's ramming his head against the brick wall. I'm not sure if you've seen that quite yet. Seen that before?
I'll send it to you. It's one of my favorite videos.
Yeah,
it's hysterical.
They were saying because I think one of his team, all of his teammates were looking at him as they were walking by, and they're like,
rightfully so. They were confused.
Yeah, I would be confused too. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a neck exercise." I'm like, how does that mega breaks your neck? If anything, he's literally just ramming it like a broken robot or something. I don't know what he was doing.
Like exactly what you're picturing is what he was doing.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is the average NFL career for a running back it's not very long as it is. So right. I hope maybe he can at least play more than the average amount of years just based off how he's playing. But we shall see. Just see how these guys. But any other final points in regards to the pack, Vince, that you want to mention? Any other keys or things that you're looking forward to watching?
Listen, we're both struggling with field goal kickers, and McManus, it's just not. He came over last season and saved the day for Green Bay. This year, it's been the exact opposite, and we can't make important field goals to save our lives right now. So, hopefully, we're not in a field goal game where we're depending on McManus to win us a game against the 2-8 Giants. But if we are, there's no trust that he's going to make it. Like there's zero trust right now in the special teams as a whole. That's not going to be going good. But you talked about Christian Watson earlier. Watson's only played in 3 games. He's already a top 5 receiver for Green Bay this season in receiving yards. So he's crucial, man. Crucial. They got Dobbs has been looking fine. Losing Tucker Kraft kills. I mean, it just kills. Musgrave's a fine TD, but he's not Tucker Kraft. And so Watson has to be a stud. And we watched against the Eagles. He played cornerback instead of receiver on a pass that he clearly should have caught. And he knows he made the mistake and all that kind of stuff. It's the youngness of Green Bay has come out a lot this season. The immaturity, the lack of veteran leadership, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So that has to improve right away. These guys have to step up and be leaders versus followers. And, I'm interested to see how that works out. 'Cause there's a lot of drama this offseason with the receiver room. Dobbs has his own issues with his family, and Watson's dad was tweeting things all summer long, and Jaden Reed was going to be great. He got hurt. Matthew Golden was going to be great. He hasn't been, all these kinds of things. So it's just about growing up, and they need to grow up right now. There's not time to lose anymore. And, and for the record, I think the Giants, best case scenario for the Giants is every game they lose by 3 and they still get a great draft pick and yet a ton of hope for the future, that kind of a thing. Cause I mean, at 2-8, you're not going to make any noise. So why win games? So that's what I'm asking today. Jameis, let someone else eat the W this week and help your team get a better draft pick for next season.
Fair enough. We know what's going to happen, Vince. The Giants are going to somehow be leading by like 10 points entering the 4th quarter, and then they're going to give me so much hope, and I'll be texting like, Brian, we have a chance to win. And then the Packers are on the field, make it a 3-point game, and then those, the
James going to throw an interception.
Packers out on the field, score a touchdown. Giants have a chance with 30 seconds to go.
Hey, plus minus 1.5 Xavier McKinney interceptions this week.
Ooh, I'm going to go under.
Okay.
But he's going to get 1.
Sure. Yeah, under, but he's gonna have 1.
Okay,
he has to have 1.
Why not?
This is his return to MetLife, right? This is his first game back.
So.
Oh my God, he's gonna have 1.
Yeah. Why not? It's a revenge game for him, to say the least. But I expect that look, if we're gonna lose, just lose. Like, don't give me hope and then break my heart, because I work on. I'm off Sunday. Okay, so maybe I can cry in peace. Perfect. Yes, fantastic. Usually I have to cry and get my tears up before work, but I'm off on Sunday, so fantastic. But otherwise,
you can mourn.
I can mourn. But no, shout out to Christian Watson, man. He's been pretty good from what I've seen as well. And as you mentioned, Vince, top 5 being a top 5 team receiver for the team since his return. But it does really suck that Tucker Craft is out. He's been solid for the not just for the Packers, but also for a lot of fantasy teams out there, mine included. But unfortunately, he is going to be out for the rest of the year. And then, but I am glad that Romeo Doubs is a full participant or is healthy. I heard he had a chest injury on Monday night, but that he shouldn't miss any time on Sunday. Right. So that's good to see as well. Brian, any other final points, my friend, for our G-men before we?
I mean, I say it every single week, and they keep ignoring me. So maybe this week, pass rush, blitz. The Packers got a weak offensive line. Send the dogs.
It's a above, I think, an above average unit, Vince. I know the injuries. Obviously, Jenkins is out, but it's still an above average unit to say the least. With the guys that are still out there, correct?
Yeah, they're definitely not the worst. But they have their struggles. Guard play has been decent this year. Tackle play has been questionable. So if you can get them from the outside, which you guys have the people to do that, that's where you got to get them from.
Oh, trust me, we've played weaker offensive lines before, i.e. the Saints, and we know how that worked out. We couldn't get pressure off. It was Rattler went off on us.
Was playing that.
Ridiculous. Again, pissed me off. Anyways, all right, final predictions, folks. We'll start with Vince. I know who you're going with, but is there a score prediction you have in mind, good sir, for this?
Yeah, so I'm looking at it, 7.5 point favorite, right? So I'm sitting here going, okay, Green Bay, Jameis Winston, all these kinds of things going on. I'm going to go 27-17 Green Bay.
All right, perfect. Brian?
Yeah, similar. I'm going to go 28-24 Green Bay.
All right. Oh, I hope, honestly, I don't make score predictions myself. Don't know why I did it last year. We know how that worked out. So I'm just gonna be like, you know what, just make it close. Maybe win the game. I don't know. It'll be nice to see. Yeah, I think the Packers, if they get into the red zone, it's over for us. Because one more stat I want to bring up real quick before we let you go, Vince. The Giants have now allowed a touchdown on 70.6% of opponents' trips inside the red zone, which is second worst in the league. So, if the Packers get inside the 20, you can expect points. Not field goals, but touchdowns. Fantastic. But Vince, we love having you on. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can the people find you, good sir? Because you have a lot, and I mean a lot of amazing content out there.
Well, thank you for having me on. And so you can find me on social media at Sports Stove. That's Twitter and Instagram. Then my content's kind of, it's easy to find. Belly Up Sports YouTube. You can find the Sports Stove football show there. The Belly Up Fantasy Live football show there as well. That's every Tuesday. My show's every Thursday. And then on my YouTube channel, Sports Stove, the Sports Stove YouTube channel, I'm doing all kinds of 2026 draft content right now. Just dropped the mock draft last week. Midseason mock draft got Spencer Fano from Utah headed to New York. And so we'll see how that shakes down. But I'm dropping just a ton of just draft content on the Sports Stove YouTube channel. So check that out as well. And we sure love the support and the camaraderie. Me and Brian get to hang out every Tuesday.
It's great.
On the Fantasy Football Show, which has been awesome. And Nate, you and I go way back now. We go states back when I lived in other states. So that's pretty cool too.
Yes, sir.
But I appreciate you. Great show. You guys do a great job, both of you. And I always appreciate the opportunities to come on and spread my wings a little bit elsewhere.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate having you on. We love it that, your pack face the Giants this week. It's going to be a fun game no matter what happens.
Oh, right? Yeah.
No matter the result. So we appreciate you.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Of course.
Vince Lombardi, obviously greatest coach of all time. I'm named after him, Packer coach, but he also coached in New York. Like, how much do Giants fans claim Vince Lombardi, if at all?
Not really. It's not well known.
I don't think we do. I think you ask the average Giants fan, they're like, he coached for us?
Yeah,
like,
it's more Belichick they go to as the coach.
Yeah.
But
so
I was just curious. I never asked that question before. So.
Which is crazy. We had Belichick, Lombardi, and Tom Landry.
Yeah,
3 of the greatest coaches of all time as coordinators for us,
and that's why we're a storied organization. In the past, not right now. But I think we'll claim 1% of Lombardi. Just at most 1%.
Sure, nothing wrong with that.
But Vince, we thank you so much. We hope to
Yes,
have you on
thanks,
in the
Vince.
future, in the near future, my friend. Good luck to your Packers, not just for this week, but for the rest of the season. They're a team to watch, and I enjoy watching you guys, honestly. And I'm excited to see Love turn it around, or not turn it around, but rather increase or up his play to a different level when Toyotathon comes around, and go from there. But thank you, Vince, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you,
See you,
Vince. Vince Stover of the Sports Stove podcast, host of the Belly Up Sports Fantasy Football Show, all the things in between. He was fantastic, and we thank you. We thank him so much for having him on. And that was a lot of fun talking.
Oh, so much fun.
Packers with him. He does an incredible job with his content. He knows the game. He's amongst the best in the company.
Easily amongst the best.
So yeah, I love having guests on. It's fun. It's fun to have guests.
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace,
Definitely, and we'll keep working on getting some more on our show. But all right, Brian, we know the drill. Week 11 best bets, and yes, I do have the standings.
Whoa, we got standings.
Oh my god! So just to make sure, Brian, so on the Corner Booth podcast, whenever we do the whole picks with them, it's whoever wins, whoever team wins gets we get a point. But this one's a little different, right? Because for example,
we're doing spreads. Yeah,
we're doing spreads. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I did the math correctly. So you were 3-1 last week. Unfortunately, the Ravens and Vikings did not go over.
I know it was 46, and it was 46. I literally placed the bet, and I watched the entire game. I set a TV up for it too.
Dang it! Yeah, I was looking. I was like, oh my god, he was so close to going undefeated.
Yep.
I went 2-2. Surprisingly,
I'm beating you in this one and
the corner booth.
Okay, we're good.
I'm telling you, man, you're better than me when it comes to this. When it comes to spreads and all the betting and stuff and all that.
And I'm actually winning we on Fantasy Live. We play Beat the Bot. So like we have Rotobot AI sponsor the show. So we ask the AI questions and then we try to come to the answer. I'm tied with the robot, but I'm beating Vincent and Kevin in that one.
Nice. You're on a roll, my friend. I tell you.
I want to beat the robot. We got to win for man. Terminator ain't winning.
Yeah, screw the clanker. Anyways, but
we're allowed to say that word. I wasn't sure.
I think it's not a bad word to me.
The show. Okay, by the way, that word is from Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, or an animated TV show that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
I at least know that one. At least.
Yeah, that was on Cartoon Network at 9 p.m.
There you
on
go.
Friday nights.
I actually know Star Wars a little. No, I don't know Star Wars, but
that's what they call battle droids. They call them that.
Instead of
it's like eat laser clanker, and they let them up.
I love it. But yeah, I went 2-2 last week. Surprisingly, I got the Giants plus 4.5 right. Because they only lost by 4. So nice job, boys. But no, I got the Bills favored by 9.5 wrong. Because they lost to Miami.
Shockingly.
Wait, well, let me double check the score real quick. I think, the Dolphins blew them out, right?
Yeah, the Dolphins won like 33-13.
Yeah, 30-13. Yeah, I was way off. And then I said, Panthers are going to beat the Saints for sure. No.
Nope.
Saints won the upset, which makes no sense. How do you beat the Packers 1 week and not beat the Saints in
I don't know.
That's the Panthers for you, but it's okay.
Pretty much. That's the Panthers. Oh my, what is going? I'm sorry. During the Vince interview, the 8 cop cars, lights on, went up my hill. What is going on? Another one went up my hill.
We got a crime going.
I'm gonna go drive around my town in a few minutes, figure out where these cop cars are going.
Hell yeah! Hey, let us know. Reporting live
from Belly Up Sports. What's that kid doing over there?
Special edition of the 3010 podcast. Like what?
On the road.
On the road again. Alrighty. Let's make our picks for week 11, my friend. Let's start with the favorites as always. What do you got for me this week?
Chargers minus 3.5 over Jacksonville.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately for Jacksonville, Travis Hunter out.
I know that's so brutal for them because he was brought in to be that face of the franchise. That the guy that was going to change the narrative around the Jaguars was going to be Travis Hunter, like his two-way style. Now I really think he's got to pick one or the other. Yeah. I don't think he can do both, which sucks. I wanted him to be like that two-way, be able to do both, but just it's not going to happen at this level.
The haters are slowly like, we told you so.
If you're a Colorado hater right now, you are just like sitting back laughing right now.
Yeah,
because Colorado sucks. Shedeur is that I don't even know where he is, and then Travis Hunter is out and can't.
He's QB2 at least, Shedeur.
He's QB2, yeah, but Like, we don't know when or if he's ever going to start a game.
I think he'll start games in December, hopefully. But I
think the Browns would be stupid not to give him a shot.
have to.
You have to do due diligence.
Yeah, unless Deshaun Watson comes
But
out
if
of nowhere.
Deshaun Watson starts before Shadur Sanders, wrap it up. If you're on Twitter fighting for Shadur Sanders and then Deshaun Watson starts over him, wrap up your Twitter account. You're done.
Yeah,
You're
Shadur
done.
Sanders will never see us in the
You, sir, do not know ball.
Long time back, though. It's crazy how he went from just projected first round talent.
Top 3 pick who maybe will never start an NFL game.
I know. Well, thank God we don't have him, but we have a real solid rookie quarterback.
Carson Beck was a very similar fall off.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm. Next time we see Jared, I gotta ask him about Carson Beck because I don't.
What you mean in 2 hours?
Oh, you're gonna be there in 2 hours.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yes, sir. Fantastic.
7th anniversary. We gotta dress nice. I heard. Jared not tell you that? He told me that.
No, he told me that, but no promises.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
But
not me. Screw that. I'm the producer. The heck, he ain't gonna fire me. I'm just playing. Nah, I know. We got dressed nice. But anyways, for me, I got the Bills minus 5.5 over the Bucks.
Back on the Bills bandwagon. I like it.
Hey, they let me down last week, but they can't let me down twice in a row, right?
Oh, they can. Have you not watched the Giants? They 100% can let you down.
I know. But it's okay. I believe. Go Buffalo. Go Bills. Alrighty. Upset. What you got?
I'm actually going to go the opposite of you in that game. I'm going Tampa plus 5.5.
Really? Okay.
I know they're on the road, but I just like this Buccaneers team. They're gritty. They're a winner. They played a tough game against New England last week. I think they're going to want to right the ship this week.
Gotcha. All right. And you said, and then the Chargers, you said 3.5, right? Over the
Jags?
Was,
it's 3 on FanDuel. Yeah, it's 3, but 3.5 is fine.
Gotcha. All right, perfect. And then
I'll do 3.5. So if it is 3, we can do the push.
Okay, perfect.
No winner. No pushing. It's winning or lose.
That's right.
There's no ties.
Right. That's right. No ties over here. Unlike that Cowboys Packers game. This
is in Europe. There's no ties here.
I wonder if Vince watched the whole game. By the way,
I 100% watched the whole game. I watched the whole game. 100% watched the whole game.
Oh,
it might have got moved to my phone at certain points so I could play Helldivers, but I watched the whole game.
For democracy.
For democracy.
For democracy.
I finally got good at it, so it's a lot more fun now. I figured out how the game works.
I played it a few times with my friends in the past. I hate the bugs. They give me chills.
Oh, I love the bugs. Oh, they're so easy.
That's true. They are true.
They're so easy. You just throw down a star gem and just blow them up. It's awesome.
I love fighting the clinkers though. I know they're a bit tougher, but they're easier.
Yeah, they're annoying when you have to shoot the red dot in their stomach. That's the annoying part. You gotta be really good aim.
That is true. I'm gonna have Giants plus 7 over the Packers. I'm kidding. Nope. No, we're not doing that.
Wow.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope, not doing that whatsoever. But I will go Titans plus 6.5 over the Texans. I don't know. Texans offensive has been complete doggy do, and this Titans defense, not the greatest unit in the world, but they, with the names they have, they could possibly get it done. And Cam Ward, why not get a signature win against a division rival? Get your first divisional win on the year and do it against Houston.
Your second win of the year, dude. Jeez.
In general, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't win games in there in Tennessee. Mike McCoy, another interim head coach over there. He's Cam Ward don't like him. I already know he doesn't. But he has to deal with him the rest of the year. So I wonder who their next head coach is going to be. But their owner sucks. Like, she's terrible. I don't mean to be mean, but like, she literally didn't want to trade. The Patriots were interested in Tony Pollard and I think a different Titans player, but
it was like a lineman or somebody or a linebacker.
Yeah, and the owner was like, "Nah, because Mike Vrabel, you left or whatever." Like, bro.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel left. Yeah, he wasn't forced out or anything.
Hey, well, when
that's like John Mara being mad at Tom Coughlin because he left. Like, dude, you literally forced him out the building.
Yeah, she's a little petty.
It's like John Maher was like SpongeBob in the scene where he thought Squidward dies and he has to cough in the hallway. He's like, "All right, get in." That was John Mayer to Tom Coughlin. All right, get out.
Get out of here. And Coughlin just never
get out, but we're gonna call this mutual, okay?
Never looked him in the eye when he walked down those steps after that retirement or that.
That video resurfaces on my Twitter every single day.
It does for me too.
I don't think there's a day go by I don't watch Tom Coughlin leave the Giants facility, not shaking Mr. Mayer's hand.
It's a scene that will haunt us.
I wonder what he's up to now.
Wasn't the last NFL job he had was in I believe was an assistant, right, with the Jags?
He was like the president of football operation, or like some senior, like he was a high-ranking player in the football operations of the Jaguars.
It was that, yeah. It was the
and then the players like revolted against him because Coughlin time.
Yeah, it was so they revolted. I think that was a year after they made that playoff run because they had Fournette, they had
they're all mad at because like Coughlin's like 5 minutes. If you're here on time, you're 5 minutes late, sort of thing. Like that old school mindset.
The old fashioned Tom. We missed.
Like I don't know, dude. That mindset won 2 Super Bowls.
That is true. It has led to success, and we've seen it.
2 Super Bowls. Best team in the NFC. It probably would have won another Super Bowl if Plexico Burress doesn't shoot himself.
Yeah, the usual. Yeah, we miss you, Tom. We should.
Oh my God, I would do unspeakable things for Tom Coughlin.
Yeah, same. Over unders. What you got for me, my friend?
Cowboys Raiders. I'm shocked it's this high. Under 50.5.
Wow.
That's what I said.
Why is it even that high?
I don't know. I don't know. The Raiders offense is terrible, and the Cowboys offense can be explosive, but it's not. I mean, unless they're really thinking that like the Cowboys defense is that bad, but I think it's going to be a sloppy game on Monday night.
Yeah. I think Brock Bowers should have himself a day.
He should have himself a day, but like, do you expect 50 points total in that game?
I do not.
I think the Cowboys offense will score 20 and the Raiders will score like 10.
Yeah, that seems fair to me. I agree. Yeah, but you never know. It's Monday Night Football. At any primetime games, you should always expect the unexpected.
True.
It's
the last few primetime games we've had, it sucked, and tonight's gonna suck too.
It's true. That Jets team. I really wonder how they're gonna move that ball.
I don't think they're going to.
I think Fields will actually throw for over 150.
Guess what his prop bet was today for passing yards. Guess the number.
I researched it last night, so I shouldn't have gone that much up. I'm gonna go 146.
129 is what I got it at this morning. Tell you that. How about this? When I woke up this morning, they didn't have one for him. And then around 10 o'clock, they released it at 129.
They're like, we should really think this through.
No, they thought it through all right.
Honestly, I would smash the over. I think he can't be that bad.
I hit the under. I mean,
all it takes is one deep throw down the field to like.
Yeah, but he can't throw the ball down the field.
I know, but like all it takes is one surprise throw to.
Yeah, okay, one surprise throw. Show me Justin Fields' body of work where that one throw is going to come from.
I don't know. Something. It could happen. You never know.
The dude threw for 50 yards last week.
That's true. That was a terrible pass. Yeah, that was not. I feel. And they still won.
No, they won because of the kickoff returns.
Yeah. Kickoff return, punt return, and then Breece Hall being the star running back he is.
Which is not going to happen because the Patriots have allowed 50 yards to only one running back this year. Sean Tucker.
Yes, sir.
That's who it was.
That's a name for it. That's a name for you. Syracuse star, from what I know. But the average NFL fan probably does not know who the heck Sean Tucker is.
Well, they might know him now because of that.
Because of that. They may still not know. We'll see. Lions Packers over 46.5 for me. But all right, Survivor pick. Last week yours was what did yours? You picked the Lions, so you can't pick them anymore. I picked the Panthers, thank God. So there's no reason for me to choose them anymore in the future.
Yeah, really well.
But what do you got, my friend? What's your pick for this one? Survivor pick wise.
I mean, this is tough. There's not a matchup that's jumping out to me, but give me the Ravens to beat up on the Brownies.
Yeah, that seems safe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I mean, they're 7.5-point favorites, so
should get the job done. Give me the Patriots tonight.
I thought about them, but I want to save them. Save this. That's half the battle with like the pick 'em is what that's teams. True. When do you pick them and when do you save them?
There's only like 7 games left, so I'm just like, yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. But like, when there's only 4 games left, and like the Patriots are playing the Jets again, it'd be nice, be no brainer. Boom, Jets. Boom, Patriots over Jets.
True.
And MetLife might be going to that game actually.
Oh, another
I've had
one.
multiple people offer me tickets to go to that game.
Man, you
I'm
should
like,
go.
I'm like, does no one want to go to this
If
game?
it's free, you should go. I tell you.
I'll have a great time. We talking about? I'll have a great time.
No matter what happens, right, my friend? No
Oh
matter
yeah,
what.
I'll have a great. Oh my god, I'll have such a good time.
Final updates for New York. The official injury report for today came out. The people that did not participate are the following: Dart, Golston, Neal, Nubin, Nunes Roches, Okereke with the shoulder.
Can we just cut Neal already? I feel bad for the guy.
I know he's just sitting, just getting paid to do nothing.
It's like that video of the Buccaneers defensive lineman who was too fat to play, so he was just like playing with like the the tackling dummy. That's what Evan Neal is doing at the side. That's what Evan Neal does at Giants camp now. He just hits it.
Desmond Watson is his name. That poor fellow. Hopefully, he gets a job somewhere or lose weight to get a job.
I think
somewhere.
he played against the Eagles.
Yeah, but then now he's released, so no one gives a fuck about him.
Well, yeah. We'll try to stop the tush push with that.
Yeah, it did not work, unfortunately, but it was worth a try. For the limited people, I didn't finish my list. Okereke, Slayton, and Thibodeau did not participate today, but limited whoever practiced in a limited fashion are the following: Adebo, Bellinger, Demu DJ, Illuminor, Fedone II, Flanagan Fowles, Hewitt, and John Michael Schmitz. So we'll get the final final statuses of the guys on probably tomorrow, and you can find out the official list from yours truly in the blog that I'm starting to write now, called Fourth and Giant. Haha, because this podcast is called Third and 10, so the blog is called Fourth and Giant. Yeah. I will be trying to write at least one every single day. Yeah, that will do it for this one. It was a fun episode, nonetheless. Or to say the least, I should say, with Vince, who was fantastic. Once again, you can find him on the Belly Up Sports YouTube channel under the Sports Stove podcast playlist. You can find all his full episodes there. And you can also look up the Sports Stove podcast YouTube channel itself, where, as he mentioned, there's a lot of draft content that he's been releasing. So I think he said he has us drafting Spencer Fanu, who is the tackle, I believe. So
love it.
I guess
love it. Give Dart some guys. give him a wall.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fanu plays right tackle, so that means maybe Illuminor is no. Maybe he believes Illuminor isn't going to be with us past this year.
I can see that.
Or if we bring him back, move him to the right guard. I don't know. We'll see.
Build a line.
Build a wall.
Protect Dart.
That way Dart doesn't have to scramble 10, 15 yards before chucking that ball down the field.
I've been watching Blue Mountain State recently, and there's an episode when they're recruiting people, and they're trying to recruit this quarterback, and he's like, let me show you. And I'm not going to say what he says. He says something, and he brings him to the offensive line's house, and it's just all these big, massive guys. and the recruit's like, I'm coming here.
My decision has been made. I'm going to Blue Mountain State because of this.
Very funny. I mean, that might be one of my It's only 3 seasons. I'm on season 3 right now. I don't think I've laughed harder at a show than I had Blue Mountain State.
I've seen clips about Blue Mountain State, but I've yet to watch.
You got to watch it. It's on Netflix. They're 20 minutes. You can bang through them pretty fast. It's hysterical.
All right, bet. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, shout out to Vince again. Thank you so much for hopping on with us. And you can follow us on social media. You can follow me at Nathan_124. You can follow Brian at BrianPG1016. You can follow our podcast page at Third and 10 Pod on Instagram and the Twitter, and our TikTok page at Third and 10 Podcast, which we appreciate all the love and support on TikTok, which it has grown in ways that I never thought it would. Now the followers are still going up there.
I'll have an instant reaction after the Giant game again.
That was pretty good. That was unexpected. I saw like a post literally out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck? And it was you. And I was like, oh crap, yay. You were not that
I was just so distraught, and I'm just like, I can't wait for Tuesday. I just gotta get my thoughts out there right now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I saw that you posted. I didn't watch it right away because I knew. I was like, oh, he's pissed. Because I think you posted it like legit within half an hour after the loss.
No, it was like 15 minutes after the loss.
Yeah, I just didn't want to watch anything Giants related after what happened.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But then I watched and I was like, oh yeah, he was pissed. You can find Brian's instant reaction after Sunday's game on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter as well. But yeah, otherwise you can follow my article work, or you can find my article work, Brian's article work, and all of the other amazing writers.
3 sits coming out to Saturday. 3 sits
oh yes,
for this weekend.
There we go. At bellyupsports.com is where you can find our articles and also all of the other amazing podcasts that are part of the Belly Up Sports Network. And yeah, other than that, I don't got much else for you folks. Shout out to the Irish. Another
Big game
this
against Pitt.
Yes, I hope we get the dub. Jeremiah Love.
This is gonna be like, if this. I mean, we're already pretty much cemented in the playoffs if we win out. But if we beat Pitt, that looks great on our resume.
Yes.
That could help us get that home playoff game.
Yes. Well, Pitt doesn't care if they beat you guys or not, according to the coach.
Well, Pitt's stupid.
Fair enough. They don't even have their own stadium. But otherwise, we thank you guys for supporting us.
Somebody made it great when Kenny Pickett got drafted. Did the Cleveland Show theme song with Kenny Pickett.
My name is Kenny.
Well, they did the Cleveland Show, but like, you know, back in my hometown, it was like the Steelers stadium with my new family. Steelers because he played for Pitt. I'm like, it fits so perfectly.
That does make sense. This is the Pickett Show.
It was not. Watch, you know what? It was pretty similar to the Cleveland Show because it both was a disaster.
Yeah, it lasted only maybe a season or two.
Yeah, Cleveland Show I think was 4 seasons.
Well, hey, either way, it was short-lived.
Yeah, I watched it. It's got moments. It's got its moments.
It's not Family Guy, but it's
it's not. Oh my God, no, it's not Family Guy. It's got its moments though.
Yeah. So
on his wallpaper on your TV when you're partying in your townhouse, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, for Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. It was a lot of fun recording this one. We'll see you guys back on Tuesday as we review the Giants and Packers game, as well as all the other amazing games going on here in Week 11. The season's literally almost coming to a close, and it makes me really
stop. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't. Say
I know. So time, please go slow. But for Brian, I'm Nate. We'll see you guys next week, and go Big Blue. Bye.